Good evening, folks. How are you? My name is Doug Rice. Welcome to the Doug Rice Show, 4 o'clock live. We are going to be on the air for as long as I can hang in there. I'm going to be delivering some news. I'm going to be delivering the cam from the Gaza Strip. As you can see, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. In fact, I believe the time is 1:01 a.m. in Gaza, in Israel. We're going to follow some of the developments if we see any. A lot of attacks go on at night, but I think they'll be all right. Hope everybody's having a great time. I am here for the duration. I'm going to be on this Doug Rice Show station, brought to you by Twidwear. That's right, Twidwear. It is the epitome of gear. We're going to take breaks and pauses for the cause to go after, in a very direct way, the promotion of our sponsor, Twid. Twid is a brand. That's what I do. That's the catchphrase, if you will. And I think it's applicable to nearly everything people do. So welcome one and all as you mill about and come on in. I expect us to fill up. We're going to be looking at this cam. It's a live cam from the Gaza Strip. And do me a favor, if you would, please like, subscribe, share if you could. Thank you for tuning in. We're going to get to news shortly as folks start milling in. All right. You guys have a good one. Just take a look at the Gaza skyline. Again, good evening to some of you. Good afternoon to a few of you. It's 4:05 where I am at. My name is Doug Rice from the Doug Rice Show, brought to you by Twidwear. My name is the name of the show. Isn't that something? Well, that's how it goes. TDRS is the promo code you can use if you are looking to not lose some money. Rather, you can save 10% on all apparel, all Twid gear, the skincare. It's all there. It's Twid. It's a brand, and that's what I do. Mill on about, and I'll show you. All right, folks. Hope you're enjoying this live. We're going to be here for a minute. We're going to be here for a while. We're going to go over some news. We're going to go over a few other things that I want to peruse. And in fact, maybe even a document or two. I don't know. It depends on how I want to take the show. This is Gaza. Skyline of Gaza, 1 o'clock and 6 minutes after the hour. And I hope there are no rockets that shout. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Show up, be here, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, even though it don't work so well. We'll find some news for you guys to go about. Shalom, Calvin. Now I can look at the chat. I believe I can do that. So we'll be doing that. We're going to be on the air for a minute. And give me a minute and we'll get in it. All right. Here we go. As I said, folks, I want to come in ever so often with a little bit of interesting, insight into what we might be experiencing. I just came across something that you may find interesting. I'm going to play it for you. Give me 1 second. Let me know what you think.
For one day only, a sculpture of Black Lives Matter protester Jen Reid stood tall in the English city of Bristol. But on Thursday, the local authority ordered it to be pulled down from the plinth where the statue of slave trader Edward Colston once stood. The statue of Colston was pulled down by anti-racism protesters last month in the wake of the death of George Floyd in the United States. Protesters then rolled it through the streets and threw it into the harbour. The idea for the sculpture of Jen Reid came about after the activist was photographed standing on the empty plinth during the protest in June. But Bristol City Council said no permission for its installation had been given, and it would be stored until the artist Mark Quinn, who created it, came to collect it. As for the statue of Colston, that was removed from the harbour and is now being restored. The city plans to display it in a Bristol museum alongside Black Lives Matter placards from the recent protest. It's so the 300-year story of slavery and fight for racial equality can be better understood. The Mayor of Bristol said it's up for the people of Bristol to decide what should go on the empty plinth where Colston and Reid once stood.
I don't know what to make of that. That is a bit odd. You get Black Lives Matter protester statue removed after 1 day. Wow. What else do they have to say? Wow, that's interesting. Back to the live Gaza, the Gaza broadcast. Hopefully, you guys can understand. There's some movement going on. I hope you don't get an echo. You might, but this is what we're looking at, folks. This is the fight. Right now, it looks like all is comfy and cozy. So let me find some news that'll make everybody feel rosy. I'll be back in just a second. Let me find something we can chew on for a moment. Well, now, ask and ye shall receive. Man, all I had to do was wait a little while we watch what's going on up in the upper left corner of the screen. We're keyed in on the live cam in Gaza. I'm going to find some news to peruse for Negroes to use in traversing as we go throughout this country and cruise. A century later, Army overturns convictions of 110 black soldiers. Century later, they overturned the convictions of 110 black soldiers. The convictions arose out of the Houston riots of August 23rd, 1917, and an outbreak of violence that followed months of the racists' taunts against black soldiers. Now, I'm just going to read through it. The Army on Monday set aside the court-martial convictions from a century ago of 110 African-American soldiers, including 19 who were executed. So, I mean, you know, convictions aside, the death thing. I don't know if you can reverse that, but okay, you executed 19, saying that they were denied fair trials and a landmark acknowledgement of official racism in America. Isn't that wonderful? The Army Board of Correction of Military Records overturned the conviction, restoring their service records as having concluded honorably and making their descendants eligible for military benefits, the Army said in a statement. Well. Isn't that nice of the Army to, to go back a century ago and, give as much support as can be given to these brothers who are no longer living? I mean, what is it all about, folks? As we look on the Gaza skyline at the war being not fought, but at least acted out, why do they want to exonerate Negroes over 100 years later? What's on the agenda? I mean, did you ask for that? Did somebody petition for that? Did that just come by somebody's thought? Like, it wasn't a war that we fought? Anyway, that's some interesting news. I'm going to find some other news for you to peruse, ladies and germs, brothers and sisters. What I'm doing right now is going over black news, kind of what I do when I do my Sunday show, to see what's happening. Another one here. This is always warm and wonderful. Always warm and wonderful. I'm going to leave it up here in the corner. If we see something start to flare off, we will then begin to stare off. All right. Well, hold on. One thing. Sorry about that. Let me do the right thing. There we go. I wanted a news piece up there, not the videos. So here we go again. Black New Jersey police officer disciplined for hairstyle, accuses boss of hair discrimination lawsuit. I thought this was settled in the Supreme Court. Don't you understand that just because they make laws and they say that things are passed, that's not going to, necessarily last? I mean, you got to still traverse these racist ass people. They're still out there. This young woman, a police officer, pretty sure it was regarding her. Yeah, the hair is just terrible for them. I mean, I don't know how it's going to impede her to do her job of being a slave catcher, but I don't know. Let's just talk about it. A black police officer in New Jersey who alleges she was disciplined after she wore her hair in a traditional African hairstyle has sued the township where she works and one of her superiors, alleging she was discriminated against for wearing a natural hairstyle. Well, of course she was. She was discriminated against. That's what they do. Chian Weeks Rivera, okay, veteran of the police department in Maplewood Township, about 20 miles west of New York City, alleges in a lawsuit filed last week that the township subjected her to disciplinary actions for having black hair. No. It wasn't for having black hair. It was for being a black woman. Having black hair. And in violation of the New Jersey law against discrimination, or LAD. They have a little acronym for it, don't you see? The law prohibits discrimination and harassment based on race, gender, and other individual characteristics. Well, they said to hell with that law. They said, well, we don't care about that law. We're going to do what we want. In addition to the township, the suit filed in State Superior Court, Essex County, names Peter Kunzel, a Maplewood police captain, as a defendant. Mr. Kunzel. Well, that's not a hard sell. The Township Police Department in Kunzel did not immediately, and Frau Kunzel Herr Kunze did not immediately return requests for comment. I'm sorry, I do accents. The suit states that on August 20th, Weeks Rivera, 38, arrived at work with her hair arranged in Bantu knots. So she's relating to the Bantu Jews, the Hebrews that peruse the African tundra, and then has the nerve to puzzle and wonder why they wanted her hair undone. Well, it's because they can't take the sun. I'm just joking. But she's, style which the hair is sectioned and twisted around its base form of spiral. It can be used to protect hair from damage caused by weather, daily manipulation, or other factors. 11 days later, she received an internal affairs complaint notifying her that she had violated the department's on-duty dress code. Hair isn't dress. Hair is hair. And there it is right there. Interesting. According to the lawsuit, which includes a copy of the violation, Weeks Rivera's sergeants were also disciplined for failure to supervise, for having refused to discipline her, the suit says. So that's interesting, that her sergeants would not do it. You see, that's that white mindset that we must face. That is absolutely insane that we have to go through such a disgrace. After the Supreme Court has already ruled in our favor, they still don't like Negroes. We're just not their flavor. In a separate notice that was provided to NBC News, Kunzel informed Weeks Rivera that she was in violation of the dress code for having worn her hair in rollers. They're so out of touch with what being a Negro is, they have no idea what the square is. They don't know. To get that paper, it was cringeworthy, she said, growing emotional as she spoke. Don't turn into a white woman. I had to ask him questions to stop myself from crying. Oh, did you? You had to ask him questions to stop yourself from what? You just ask the question, sister. Don't do that. They're not impressed. They don't care about you crying anyway. You're not a white woman. They don't care about you crying. See, black women don't look the same to white men when they cry as white women look when they cry in white men's faces. Okay. As a gay black woman in a predominantly male-driven and raw environment, Weeks Rivera said she feels added pressure to be strong and was mortified to learn that she was in trouble because of her hair. Stop and hold it right there. So Weeks Rivera is as well a lesbian, married to a woman. Okay. And you would think, I don't know, that they would give her a little bit of deferential, not give a damn kind of treatment, because that's a double-edged sword. I guess somebody may have been bored. Wow. It was super embarrassing. It makes me feel less than. So it makes you feel less than that you married an Hispanic woman, not at least a Negro male. Yeah, I said it. What? What are you gonna do? Yeah, I said it. But you feel less than. Well, let me explain this. If you're feeling about yourself, at least pushes you to go the opposite team, opposite tribe. I just don't know what else I can imbibe. I just don't know. Sorry. On September 29th, Kunzel informed and disciplined sergeants that the police department's internal affairs unit had sustained the charge of failure to supervise according to Weeks Rivera in the lawsuit. The sergeants are not named in the suit. And the suit accuses Maplewood by and through the police department and as aided and abetted by Kunzel, targeting her and subjecting her to discipline as a result of her race and ethnicity. Weeks Rivera has continued to work at the department, but does not know whether the violation will prevent her from advancing. Now, I'm going to tell you something, folks, while she's romancing. I would be the lawyer she would not want to see on the other side of that aisle, because I certainly would ask her questions that would not make her smile. In fact, I dare say I'd cross-examine her, and it would be a while. Because I'm going to ask you, if you love yourself so much and such, and thus and such, if you love yourself so well, then please do tell. If you love yourself like that, then Maplewood is trying to send a chilling message to the entire department that not only are we going to discriminate against Shine, we're going to hold other people accountable for not discriminating against her, the attorney said. New Jersey became a flashpoint on the topic of hair discrimination in December 2018 when Andrew Johnson, a black varsity high school wrestler with dreadlocks, was forced to cut his Negro hair to participate in the match. Johnson was 16 at the time, went on to win the match. His experience sparked a state civil rights probe. And that is how that story goes. I mean, what in the world, folks? I gotta tell you, these folks are no jokes. Still on the cam, still on the webcam. Thank you for tuning in as you can. I appreciate it. That was an interesting experience. You know, that was interesting, wasn't it? I think they've made their sentiments known in this regard. They only look after their own. It's not too hard to surmise in our eyes what they see, tell their lies. I mean, they've settled the matter in the highest court. But let a black woman wear her hair the way she wants, and boy, do they retort. Yeah, buddy. Anyway, thanks for walking in on the Doug Rice Show. Thanks so much, just so you know. Brought to you by Tridware, TWID. That's what I do. I say it, you see. That's what I do, folks. I say it. 12 of you are here. I can see. Get more of you in the meeting. Come on. Like, subscribe, and share. Do that right there. Do all that. Can you do all that right there? Can you do that? That is the Trina. I do believe that. I think that's the Trina, or is it? Yeah, it's true. It's true. So, all right, family, stop and smash the like button, the share, the subscribe, and the notification bell, because we don't know if the mention bell works so well, but I do appreciate that. Katrina, this is the cam. This is the live cam, the Gaza cam. We're looking at Gaza. Okay, can you see Gaza? There it is. Okay, a little bit. I hear a little something. I don't know if I hear something. Wait, I can let you hear. Y'all can hear that. I hear a little something. Sounds like something. Tell me if you hear an echo. Give me a 1 if you hear an echo. Give me a 2 if you hear an echo. Give me a 1 if everything's okay. I hate to ask that, and I'm biting off Brother Yacoba. Yes, I am biting off Brother Yacoba. I am obtaining his style. Give me a 1 if you can hear me well and make me smile. Give me a 2 if there's an echo for you. Please do. All right. Well, that was an interesting read. I don't think we're ever going to get what we need as Negroes. I don't think we're ever going to get the fair treatment. I mean, I just don't see it. I think we're always going to be at the short end of the stick. And let me tell you, because the irony is thick. You know that they certainly have more than one trick. You know? All right, folks, let's continue. Let's see what's happening. I did not know about this. What is this? Whoa, what is this? 1931, still having us on the run. Let's take a look at this. I'm gonna, again, push this over to the side, because, I mean, I still want to get this taken care of. Let's see here. Can I do it like this? Yeah, I can. Look at that. All right, I want to show you this under the vid. Boom, right there. So a black teen from Rhode Island was sentenced to death in New York. His hometown tries to save him. This is a young man from Rhode Island. He was put to death in 1931. And I'm pretty sure his story is probably not done, but let's take a look at it. First 2 decades of the 20th century were perilous for times for black men in America. As 2 Rhode Islanders would learn all too well. That was the height of the lynching era, 20th century, first few decades. Shortly after we were released from our enslavement on the plantation, but not released from our captivity, they really had a way of lynching us, because that was their proclivity. This was the height of the lynching era. When all the 5 states experienced these extrajudicial murders, and when politicians across the land debated what could or even should be done about it. But the judicial system was not much safer. Black defendants saw courts rigged against them, especially in death penalty cases, with white prosecutors charging them with more serious crimes, white defense lawyers representing their clients less zealously, and all white jurors convicting on flimsy evidence. The 1930s saw the biggest, the highest number of executions any decade in U.S. history. More than 2/3 of the convicts put to death were black. Look at this. Don't you think he's got the warm and fuzzies? Look at that there. Boy, let me tell you something. There's no more danger a Negro could be in than in that circumstance. Let me tell you again, do not ever take a chance. They will do you in. Whoa, at least the shoes are nice. Look at those shoes. That is a picture of Herbert Johnson in the stripe. Was photographed in 1930. Lawman in the office he struggled with struggle over a gun, fatally wounded by the sheriff. And as they stand there, you look at the face of that Negro. You tell me, where do you think he will go? And look at the face of the men. Where do you think those men's kin might be? Where do you think they might live? Where do you think they might see? You might see them somewhere walking down the street. The early 1900s coincided with a lot of racial violence. Robin Mayer, executive director of the Death Penalty Information Center, said there's a death penalty information center. My God, I didn't know that. All right. In some respect, capital punishment came to replace lynching as a way of controlling, subduing, and restricting the activities of black people. And this series tells the story of 2 young Rhode Islanders caught in the eye of the storm, and how it tells how fellow Rhode Islanders, black and white, stood behind them, and their lives were on the line. But I believe, if I'm not remembering right, they died anyway, right? They died anyway, right? Tried to save them, sentenced to death. I think they got it. Anyway, I just wanted to read that. I thought that one was fairly nice. I did. Thank you so much. Let's center that back up, and then let's take this back over. Bam! Getting better at this. How you guys doing? How is everyone? How's everybody doing? Folks are coming in from work. This is the Doug Wright Show. Twidwear. Twid, the brand. Twid is what brings this effort to you all. Let me tell you something, folks, big, large, or small. Okay, he's got the sizes that'll fit you all. And let's get into that, because you know what? I think it's important that we get Twid some exposure. Let's do that. Here I go. Doug Wright Show. Welcome to the Doug Wright Show. Thank you so much for y'all being here with me. Appreciate you. Now we got Twid, his sports apparel. Really, really good sports apparel. We're going to take a Twid break, if you don't mind, for the cause, a little music, just to make sure it goes well. Yeah, buddy, now, y'all got to hear it. Twidwear is the sports apparel that brings this effort to us. I'm going to go all in and such having behind us. There you go. Look at that. Huh? That's production, folks. All right. Twidwear. There he is right there. Look at that. Let me just hide that. Let me get this right, folks. I'll get it right. You know I will. There we go. The hat. That's not the hat I want. I want the other hat, the dark blue hat. As long as Twid might be here. I got enough shoes. I walk around my house, so I don't need the shoes, but I need the blue shirt, the lighter blue shirt, not the heavy shirt. Shirt that's dark royal blue, and of course the hat. Folks, let me tell you about this guy, Twidwear. He is the epitome of what a success story is in this country, and yet still a Negro. And what that means, if I might say it so you know, is that he has been for 13, 14, 15 years putting Twid gear and all its product in folks' ears. We need you to take this so national. He's I think, dominated the state of Texas, which in itself is quite a feat. But we got to see what comes next. And we got to make this complete. Ah, yeah, that's right. I said it. I did. Twidwear.com. He's got some great stuff, folks. He's got great apparel. I have some of the stuff he sent me. And it is quality gear. We've got a Twid product, Twid skincare. I mean, Twid gear will be everywhere, right? Because that's what I do, right? That's our sponsor, Twid Gear. He's got boxing gear. He's got shorts. And remember, we've got a $149 special. And I'm going to keep saying this. This Twid pack is pretty cool because you're going to get shirts, shorts, hoodie, shoes. That's the shirt I want, Twid. That's the one I want to use. That blue one, along with the hat, just so you know, a new one. And that'll be that. I appreciate it. Anyway, so the Twid pack, shirts, shoes, the boxer shorts, and a hoodie. That is some good, that's a goodie. $149 delivered anywhere in the continental United States. Order your Twid pack, for goodness sakes. And if you're not needing the clothes, that's the hat I want, Twid. If you're not needing the clothes, and the skincare products are specifically designed for our melanin skin, our neuromelanin. Somebody give me the word on that. It's the neuromelanin that I believe that's the neuromelanin. That's us. So I'm going to have a lot more information about the skincare products. That is just getting it's feeling its oats. But when we do have those photos, I will put those photos up. I wanted to just get that out there. Twidwear is the sponsor. Twidwear is the sponsor. Oh, and let me make sure that you see down below right there. You guys will see it. You use TDRS. That's the promo code. Now, look, you're going to do the same thing you do with every other, clothier or any other store online. You're going to register. You're going to give them your email. You're going to do all that. You're going to get 10% discount using the TDRS promo code. All right. That will be that. And thank you so much, folks. Thanks for showing up. Putting aside the jokes. That's right, baby. We got this, right? We got this, right? All right. So here we go, folks. We're going to get back to the cam, the live cam. I definitely want to keep focused on that cam. I want to make sure that we don't miss anything. I mean, there are others that do this, so, it's a thing. When I find some news to peruse, I will share it with you. Meanwhile, talk amongst yourself and give me something good I can put up on the screen, because I can do the chat thing now. I know how to do that. I can throw great stuff up there. So if you got something you want to say, like that right there, that's what I do. I will throw it on the screen for you, because, that's what I do. Okay, that'll be enough of that. And yes, for educational purposes only. I did want to say that as well. Thank you so much. I do appreciate that and such. All right, folks, please continue to stay tuned. I will be back after I let my voice rest a little bit. Here we go. Oh, wait, hold on. One more thing before I go. First, hey, do me a favor. Comment, like, subscribe, share, do all that stuff if you care. And thank you to Trina. Thank you for what you're doing. I appreciate it. Here is the live with sound now. That's what I was doing. Now, keep in mind, folks, I do want to let you know it is about 1:39 in the morning over in Gaza, and absolutely, you might hear an occasional bomb, you might hear an occasional explosion. Right now, it's on a communications blackout. All of the cell phone towers have been disabled. All of the internet has been put down. They want this blackout so that they can do what they're doing. Now, I follow Al Jazeera because I know that they pretty update. They have a lot of folks that are embedded. And again, I want to say this without equivocation because I know I've been vetted. I have no stake in this game. I am not taking any sides. I'll claim the Israelis or the Arabs, which is really what we're talking about, not Palestinians. I don't know. I understand the term we're using, and I understand why. But I think we all know we can't lie. These are Arabs, and they do things that Arabs do, which is enslave people that are dark like me and you. So I don't take sides. I will not take sides regarding what we're looking at. I'm of the mind that both sides are so inclined to not like Negroes. So I'm good. So we got some updates. I guess they call them live updates. I'm going to see if I can share them with you. So 5 minutes ago, Blinken focuses on aid to Gaza in conversation with Israelis' guns. Let me see if I can get that to you just in case. Here, I like to deliver the news, but I also want you to promote this up. Let's see if we can get that over there. We should be able to. So Blinken focuses on aid to Gaza in conversation with Israelis' guns. U.S. State Department. Following on from Blinken's call with his Egyptian counterpart earlier, the Secretary of State has also spoken to Israeli War Cabinet Minister Ben Gantz. State Department readout said they had discussed efforts to augment and accelerate the transit of critical humanitarian assistance into Gaza and ongoing efforts to prevent the conflict from widening to secure the release of hostages held in Gaza. Blinken also called to de-escalate tensions in the occupied West Bank, including by confronting levels of settler extreme violence. Let me tell you this, folks. They have that violence going on there too. It's a ruinous thing. The West Bank is a separate issue from Gaza, and things are getting real lively. The Israeli government includes figures associated with its far-right settlement movement and has enforced a total siege of Gaza. Apart from the irregular entrance of limited number of humanitarian trucks that humanitarian organizations say meet only a small percentage of Gaza's needs. This ain't rocket science, folks. We know what's coming. So I'm going to scroll down, and you should be able to see and read some of the other news. Here we got Senator Elizabeth Warren, who decries the devastation of Gaza, but she stopped short of explicitly endorsing a ceasefire. Crisis in Gaza is growing. Israeli strikes are destroying residential buildings and public infrastructure. Yada, yada, yada. Crisis in Gaza is growing. That's what she said. Stop bombing now. What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do, bro? All right, let's see what we got coming here, folks. 33 minutes ago, Los Angeles editorial board called for ceasefire. The call highlights the fact that deeper cracks are beginning to appear in U.S. public support for the Israeli offensive in Gaza. The newspaper cited the civilian death toll in the enclave included thousands of children who have been killed in Israeli attacks, and noted that public opinion is turning against Israel and its main backer, the U.S. The consequences of both nations will last generations. We are past the time for excuse the horror in Gaza. Wow. So we can read through that, figure out where they're at. I'll leave you to do so. You guys enjoy the show. Hey, folks. Once again, Doug Rice. Welcome to the Doug Rice Show, 448, the 16th. This is the live cam from Gaza. I know folks are going to be starting to come home, and we're going to want you to like, subscribe, share. I need you to share this across all your social media platforms. It comes about 2 o'clock in the morning over in Gaza. We're going to be looking through some news pieces that may show some interesting developments. They have an update about probably every few minutes. And Al Jazeera and Wild are the two folks that I consider are the best news that you can get out there. So, I kind of look into them and see what's going on. So just bear with me. I know that we talked about the body that they found. I know that was kind of interesting. We also have the leader, Ismail Hania, talks about demolishing Gaza homes of Hamas leader Ismail in an overnight airstrike. So they destroyed his home. That's interesting. I understand they know where the leaders of Hamas are. I understand that they keep tabs on them, and it's interesting that it's almost like a game. It's almost like a scripted game.
Start Engine, which is changing the face of finance as we know it.
Oh, that's just an ad that decided to show up on my feed. I did not ask that. I did not, nor did I need it. All right. I'm going to be back periodically. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Put something in chat worthy of putting up on the screen so everyone can have a sense of what you mean. All right. I'll be back shortly. All right, folks, I wanted to kind of update you. As you can see, this is Breonna Taylor, and I believe, yeah, right. And today we had a development in her court case, and I want to read about it. Mistrial declared in case against former Louisiana cop over the Breonna Taylor raid. Mistrial, let me see if I can get that a little bit. Mistrial was declared Thursday by a judge in the federal case against former Louisville police officer Brett Hankerson, who was charged with violating the civil rights of Breonna Taylor, her boyfriend, who was in the house with her, and the neighbors the night Taylor was killed in a botched 2020 raid. Hours earlier, the jury sent a note to the judge stating that they were at an impasse and had not been able to reach a unanimous decision. The judge then ordered the jury to resume the deliberations in what was known as an Allen charge. An Allen charge is when the judge asks the jury to return to deliberations to come to a unanimous decision after the jury tells the court they have reached an impasse. Look at the specimen. That's the specimen that, the story behind Breonna Taylor's murder is far deeper than these cops going to the wrong door. I'll just leave it at that. And he discusses the muzzle flashes that he saw coming from the apartment as he questioned the prosecutor. He didn't see any muzzle flashes. His mind imagined the muzzle. What up? I don't even want to talk about it. After deliberating further, the jury sent a note to the court stating that some jurors had concluded deliberating and had decided that they could not reasonably and honestly come to a verdict. The judge then notified the jury that they could return a verdict on just one of the two charges if they were unanimous in the verdict. But after further deliberation, the jury remained deadlocked on both counts. Prosecutors sought to issue another Allen charge, but the judge said that because of the jury's diligence and limited questions of the court, the implication was that the jury was knowledgeable on relevant parts of the case, and another Allen charge was not necessary. In long and short, they gave another white man a pass. That's really what they're saying, and the rest can kiss my ass. I don't need to hear about the rest of the sneer at poor Breonna, because they're never going to hold themselves accountable. No, they're never gonna. That's right. And the judge is just so nice. Wasn't he just nice, just giving them all the credit in the world? Poor jury. Find justice for a murdered black woman who's sleeping in her home, minding her business, by vicious officers who are delusional enough to believe they saw muzzle flash. They won't tell the real story regarding Breonna Taylor, or they won't really get into the weeds of it, which is interesting. And the weeds of it is pretty damn interesting too. Let me tell you what it's about. I think I can do this, can I? Oh, I can't. I thought I could. Yeah, as you continue to watch in the corner. There was some kind of deal regarding the house that she was in. There was a property issue. There was a building issue. There were issues outside of those police officers just being at that house, and you can check my map. Thought I'd say that on camera because I wasn't trying to make you laugh. All right, it's a very, very interesting story. They murdered her for other reasons than just being at the wrong house. And it looks as if the police officers have still evaded justice. Just us folks. Here we go. Take you back to where you were. Right? I should be able to. We make sure. Oh no! I didn't undo that. You can't redo it, can I? Hold on. All right, folks. Just to make things, kind of interesting. Let me make sure I can do this. I hope I can. Because, oh goodness, I thought that this would fix itself. Oh, there we go. All right, all right, all right. So I wanted you to see this. If you might remember, I'm trying to do this all myself, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But here we go. So thought this might interest you. Look at this. I didn't want you to miss a single bit of this. Brazil police kill black person every 4 hours. And this was updated 45 minutes ago. Okay. So Brazil police, this is police in Brazil face frequent violence, but are accused of killing a disproportionate number of black citizens. Well, what next, right? Police violence in Brazil killed the equivalent of, let me make sure I can just do this my way. Let me see if I can do this. Yes, no, I can't. Wow, that's weird. Can't do that either. That's weird. It's not doing what it says. All right. Police violence in Brazil killed the equivalent of more than one black person every 4 hours for last year, disproportionately hitting the Afro-Brazilian population, the Negro Brazilian population. They keep saying Afro. Afro is an indicator of a Negro. They keep killing them every 4 days, huh? At least 2,770 black and mixed race Brazilians died as a result of police operations in 2022, representing 87% of all such deaths, according to the report by the National Security of Observatories, an umbrella group of public security organizations. Black and mixed Brazilians make up 56% of the country's 203 million people. My goodness. That's that news piece. Oh, wait a minute. Once again, let me see. Once again, the number of blacks killed by police represents a vast majority, highlighting the violent and racist structure of police activity. The group's coordinator, Sylvia Ramos, said in a statement. The report, based on Freedom of Information requests, so it said much of the violence was concentrated in favelas and other poor communities where Brazil's police wage frequent battles with heavily armed drug gangs. So, I guess the word on the street is they're killing them in Brazil. They're killing them in Brazil. My goodness, they're killing them in Brazil. Let me go ahead and give you back. So, that is another news piece of note. And that is all she wrote. All right, so enjoy that. Like, subscribe, and share. We're going to have people milling in. Probably need some more news again. Just hanging out with my kid. I'll be back shortly. Here we go. Well, you never know what I might find as I try to consider what to put on my mind. Well. 4 and 5 Black adults see racist depictions in the news either often or sometimes, says new survey. As we continue to look at the Gaza cam on the Doug Rice Show, brought to you by Twidware, we come to understand exactly how we are thought about out there. And let's take a look at this. Let's see what they got here and make sure we don't miss. You know, you can build a mural all you want. That doesn't mean a thing. But in a new study, Black Americans expressed broad concerns about how they are depicted in the news media, with minorities saying they see racist and negative depictions and lack of effort to cover broad segments of their community. 4 and 5 Black adults say they see racist or offensively insensitive depictions of their race in the news either often or sometimes, according to the Pew Research Center. We read something from Pew this morning. 3 years after George Floyd's killing, triggering a racial reckoning in the news media, Pew took its first broad-based look at Black attitudes toward the media with a survey of nearly 5,000 Black adults this past winter and follow-up focus groups. Well, I'll be damned. Let's see what else they say. The survey found 63% of respondents saying news about Black people is often more negative than it is toward other racial or ethnic groups, with about 28% of them claiming that it's equal, which I don't find to be true at all. Let's continue, because I know there's more down here. This is how they roll. It's not surprising at all, says Charles Whitaker, Dean of the Metal Journal School of Northwestern University. We've known both anecdotally and through my personal experience with the Black press that Blacks have long been dissatisfied with their company. There's a feeling that Black Americans are often depicted as predators, perpetrators of crime, and there are no nuances in that coverage, Whitaker says. The attitude is reflected in the Pew Study's finding that 57% of respondents say the media only covers certain segments of Black communities, compared to 9% who say that a wide variety is depicted. Well. So, they got a lot to tell, don't they? They sure do. I thought you might find that interesting. I'm going to keep trying to find little news pieces for you. And do me a favor, like, subscribe, and share. And if you need to, do it all where you find it down there. You see it, don't you? Of course you do. Go ahead and do that. Thank you.
but it's also lowering the cost of with the president. Workers now.
All right. Welcome again to the Doug Rice Show. What I do is I'm kind of giving you the 411 on what might be happening war-wise. We have here a cam, a live cam, and that cam is from Gaza. And when I get some good information, I think you might want to hear about. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and ruin your looking experience to give you a little bit of this. So let's check this out. Uh, here we go. Charlotte cops shown on video beating black woman should have never happened. Police says should have never happened. You're right. It should have never happened. Let's see what they say. First, I want to kind of get this back up here. Okay, I like the sizing I had here. I thought I had it right. There's the shot. Look at this. There it is, folks. What they do. There you go. So during a press conference Wednesday, Charlotte Mecklenburg Police Chief Johnny Jenkins discussed the viral video circulating on social media of one of his officers beating a black woman during an arrest. Jennings told reporters that he knew that the optics were bad. And questioned whether officers should have initiated the marijuana stop that this drew from. So, a woman had marijuana on her. That's the reason that he stopped her. And eventually culminated in her beating. Here we have a text, rather a tweet. Charlotte Mecklenburg police officers were captured on video by bystanders restraining woman on the ground while another officer punched her. Well, let's see what we can see. Let's see.
The video circulating on social media shows multiple officers around a woman. You can see one of the officers appears to strike the woman several times. This happened yesterday on South Tryon Street near West Arrowwood Road. This happened right near a Bojangles restaurant. People in the video and online were questioning how those officers handled the arrest. So we asked CMPD late this morning. The department responded, saying an officer was using, quote, knee strikes and closed fist strikes to try and get the woman to comply after she continued to resist arrest.
The department says police are trained to strike large muscle groups in order to gain compliance during an arrest. The department also said the officer was intentional about where the strikes were made and told the woman to stop resisting several times. The CMPD's Internal Affairs Department is now investigating this situation. Now, CMPD says officers initially approached a man and woman in the area because they were reportedly smoking marijuana. Officers claim the man also had a gun. Just about 10 minutes ago, the CMPD chief posted online saying he has seen this video and has asked the police attorney to petition courts to let him release the body camera video from that situation. That's following state law. We do have a reporter working on this story right now. We'll have an update first at 4 right here on WBTV.
Sorry about that. So as soon as they saw, let me just read this. During the press conference, and I'm so sorry about that. According to AP on Monday, officers approached a man and woman who was smoking marijuana at a bus stop. That's basically what they realized. Smoking marijuana at a bus stop. They began to arrest them and a struggle ensued. Officers claim she then hit an officer multiple times, which prompted Pistone to hit her several times to allow police to take her into custody. It's worth noting that the bystander videos do not show the moments before the police began beating the woman. That is what I said when you couldn't hear me. But here's the deal, though. I thought they had training that allowed them to, I don't know, not have to beat people half to death. I think they get off on it to their last breath. I think that's what they do. You can hear me now. Thanks so much. Thank you very much. All right, let me get back at it and make sure I pay attention. So I'm just gonna move it when. Well, no, I'm not gonna move it because that kind of defeats the purpose. How you like that one? Huh? Is that about your flavor? Huh? Let's check it out. Video shows racist security guard repeatedly called black woman the N-word for the offense of honking at him in traffic. I wonder if he thought maybe she was calling him a honky. I had to do that. Yes, I did. Let's see what we got here. There's the specimen. There is the specimen. Pause that. There he is. What a specimen that is, huh? What do you think, huh? Time and time again, a certain segment of American society has to remind us that if you want to know whether a white person is racist, all you have to do is get them upset while being a black person. Yes, this is true. And sometimes it takes next to nothing to accomplish it. Wow. Sometimes all it takes is the most common mundane conflict, one that most people find mildly annoying at worst, to make a disgruntled Caucasian reveal himself as an anti-black bigot. Meet Houston security guard David Tupper. There he is. Look at him. Isn't he framed nicely in the shot? Isn't he? Goodness, look at him. Tupper reportedly got so angry over a black woman lightly honking at him when he failed to go to green light again, the most regular of traffic interactions, that he launched in a fit of racist slurs and also allegedly damaged the woman's car. The woman confronted him inside a gas station about the altercation, of course, and she recorded the altercation. What do you think, folks? Should I let it rip? Give me a 1 if you want to hear this. Give me a 2 if you don't want it. Give me a 1 if you want to hear this racist tirade. Give me a 1. You know, there's just 13 people in here. I mean, it's just us, right? Right? Tell me if this is something you want to hear. Tell me if it's not. I'll wait for the first one. Tell me if you don't want to hear it, just give me a 2, and I'll just move on, and then we're through. Sharissa Reed, I see a 1. If you don't believe me, I'm going to throw it up there so you see it. All right? I'm playing this bad boy. That's what I'm doing. Here we go.
Or nigger trash.
Okay.
Right.
Keep talking.
I will.
Okay.
Fuck away from you questions, man.
What you gonna do?
I tell you what.
I'm a stupid nigga, everybody.
Yeah,
I'm a
she is a
nigga.
stupid nigger.
He hit my plate. I'm a stupid nigger.
Fix your car. And stop honking at people when you don't need
Shut
to.
your bitch.
So, how are we, folks? Huh? How you doing? Huh? You feel good? Huh? What year is it? What year is it? You know what year it is, right? It's 2023. Now, that guy, you got to understand, he knew he was being filmed. Here's the problem I'm having, okay? He knew he was being filmed. He knew it, okay? I'm trying to, hold up. He knew he was being filmed, right? And knowing he was being filmed, he went into his thing. He decided to just open up his mouth and sing. And, will anything come of this Neanderthal white male? Will anything come of that? Will he be fired? I hope so. I hope somebody at least remembers that, he has a job, and he certainly can't be doing that. He's a racist slob. And notice how easy it came off of his lips. This is the reason I don't give him any quarter. This is the reason they all get this energy from me, because of the thing that we all just see. You saw it. You saw it. So, we'll figure it out. There it is. Some more Gaza. What do you think? Huh? I would have loved to hear it come out too, Charisse. I'd loved it. I would have loved to hear it. Oh my goodness. But unfortunately, you can't get everything you want. What do you want? I guess you can't get everything. Wow. And he didn't have a problem. You notice that, right? Did not have a problem. So, all right. I guess we're back to it, right? Can we get back to the chat? I think so. Yes. Got it like that. Or back to messages. Okay. Want to make sure. All right, folks. Still, Gaza seems nice and peace and quiet, and I understand that. Used to be a riot, but now, goodness gracious, it's 2:32 in Gaza. 2:32 in the morning. And the sun has yet to be dawning. All right, give me a little bit. Let me find something else. You guys talk amongst yourselves. Well, you knew it was going to happen. This is the Doug Rice Show. Thanks so much for being here, yo. We are an hour and 31 minutes into the show. I need to take a moment to tell you that we are brought to you by Twidwear, and Twid itself. We're not just a sports apparel, we're everything else, all right? Twid has skincare, he's got shoes, he's got clothing, he's got every kind of thing except what you're loathing. I'm just kidding. He's even got cups. I've seen those. He's got water. I've seen that. And we want the community to support everything black, right? Everything is Negro as so. And let me give a little bit to Twid. Here you go, Twid. The background. There it is, folks. Twidwear. That is our sponsor, all right? And I would love it if you guys went to twidwear.com, and use the promo code choose the promo code TDRS and receive 10% off all purchases of Twid gear. Twid gear, it's a brand. Twid, everything Twid. That's what I do. That's what I do. That is the acronym, too. Just thought I'd let you know. All right, folks, on with the show. Still got a lot of news I can peruse for yous. I got something here that's very, very interesting. I want to show it to you. Let me get out of this real quick. Hold on one moment as I lay it on thick. So this is pretty informative. Hope you like this one. EMTs charged with murdering black man strapped down, face down on gurney, knew they might kill him, judge rules. And let's take a look at the specimens, shall we? I mean, if you still think there's nothing wrong with blonde-haired, blue-eyed beings as they vibrate violently under the sun, as they do everything, including run. I mean, these two decided they were going to murder a man. Let's find out here. See what we can. Peggy Finian and Peter Cottigan. Look at that. Peggy and Pete. Peg and Pete. Huh? Isn't that neat? Peg and Pete. An Illinois judge last week rejected claims that the murder charges against the two medical technicians who are accused of smothering a black man to destroy to death by strapping him face down on a gurney were inappropriate. Thank you, Judge. Thank you so much. An Illinois judge rejected that claim that the death of this man put to the judicial system as murder was not inappropriate. It was quite appropriate. Very good. Sangamon County Judge John Medina disagreed with lawyers for the ambulance company that employed EMT workers Peter Cardigan and Peggy Finley, who were both charged with first-degree murder. First-degree murder, the 35-year-old Earl L. Moore's death late last year. There they are. Springfield, Illinois EMTs Peggy Finley and Peter Cardigan were arrested and charged for first-degree murder in the death of Earl L. Moore, black man who died face down on a gurney after tightened straps alleged caused him to smother to death. There he took his last breath. What's on these people's minds, man? See what happens when you give your care and concern and well-being and put it in the hands of one of these creatures. You think they have these ordinary features. They don't. Now, I got to tell you, they did their job, I'm pretty sure, throughout the years, right? I mean, wow. They did their job, right? But a black man, a Negro, came under their care, and they saw an opportunity there to deny the Negro of breathing any more air. Don't look at me and sit and stare. Get that goddamn grin off your faces. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. I don't know, do you like it up there? Is it okay for you up there if I go back and forth and get some news? You see the DougRice.com, right? I mean, you see if the news is up there, right? I wonder if I can do it like this too. Can I do it like this? Yeah, I can, right? Huh? Do it like this and do it like that? No? No, I can't do it like that. That looks corny. That looks very, very corny. So we'll just go back to this and we'll keep, what I'll do is I'll keep the news up here. All right, I'll keep the reason you're here, which is to see if anything jumps off. We're gonna watch the dawn come in. All right there in the upper left-hand corner. What I'm going to do is look for more news to peruse for you, because, hey, I'm on a roll. We're going to be here for quite a long time, and I am going to continue my ride. There we go. Oh, what do we got here? I got something that you might want to see. Let's see if I can show it to me. Ooh. So, let me see. I don't even know if that's available anymore, does it? Karen calls police after catching beat down over racial slurs and attack on black woman. So one of our own took it upon themselves to administer the proper thrashing needed to get the point across. Very good. I like that. Welcome to the Doug Rice Show. I'm Doug Rice. I find news for you to peruse, and that's what I'm trying to do now. So what is this? So this is interesting. What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, so this is interesting. Let me show you this one. Manslaughter charges for a hockey freak accident where a black player's skate cut white opponent's throats. What are you doing playing hockey? What are you doing playing hockey? Where is he? Oh my God, they don't have his picture anymore? They actually showed him. Now wait a minute, now I'm getting sore. Hold on now. They actually showed his picture. That's not him. Oh, maybe they hid it from me. Tribute to Nottingham Partners ice hockey player Adam Johnson during the Premier League. So, it says a suspect has been arrested and charged with manslaughter for the death of a hockey player whose neck was cut during a mid-game collision with an opposing player, describing it as a freak accident. But if a Negro did it, well, now we're going to find charges. Let me see. Both British police. Don't be over in Britain slitting white men's throats with your damn skate. Are you kidding me? Get out of there before it's too late. British police have not announced the name of the suspect, but Adam Johnson died after the skate of Matt Hattrick struck his neck during the match between the Nottingham Panthers and the Sheffield Steelers last month. Graphic video footage from the match shows the moment of collision with blood quickly spreading on the ice. Panthers quickly called it a freak accident, and Johnson, 29, was buried during a funeral in Minnesota last week. Wow. They didn't take any time to get him in the ground. Wow. Johnson is white and Petgrave is black. Yeah. So I'm assuming that's Petgrave. That's him, Petgrave, that's him. So let me understand this. So this brother who skates, who's hockey skates amongst white people, whatever. Okay, if you want to do that, if you want to take your life into your own hands and you see, here's the deal. I would not do what he is doing for the sole purpose that could have been a possibility. Because I mean, really, what if some freak accident happens and I slip and slit one of your throats? I mean, you're not going to call it an accident. You're going to charge me with murder now, aren't you? Nah, we'd never do that. But wow, why the reasons are important. Our importance here is that hockey fans in the UK quickly peppered Petgrave, 31, with racist insults and amplified calls for his arrest and criminal charges, despite the absence of apparent nefarious intent, while competing in a sport in which violence is encouraged and fistfights are written into the rule book. Okay, so what else do you got to know? What else do you got to know for this to get through to you? What else do you got to find out now? You understand how this works? So if it had been a white man that accidentally slit the throat of another ice skater during a hockey game, and all the white men concurred that it was an accident, there would be no question. But because a black man has his sillified and rather stupid ass amongst these creatures where he certainly does not belong, okay? Because he's decided that this is the look he wants to go through amongst the masses that don't like our black asses. and an accident occurred, and he slit the throat of a white man, you heard? And it was because of all of the exacerbation of the incidents that eventually convinced the police to charge him with murder. No nefarious intent. You like where you're at here? I mean, this is the West. This is where they treat blacks best. Whatever. All right, I'm gonna find something else for you. I don't even want to go through that one too much. Whoa, that was odd. We'll find another one. Make sure I got the right thing. You know, I love it when I'm the only one here. I can't. If I'm the only one here, I'm sorry. I'm the only one here. I don't know what to do. All right, we still got this going on. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully everybody's okay. What do you think of that story? What do you think of that story? I mean, what do you think? Do you think it would have been better for him not to have played hockey? I mean, do you think? I mean, you think of it. This guy's black, accidentally slits a white man's throat during a game, and they've charged him with murder, even though they said there's nothing there. There's no nefarious intent. And let me tell you, he's under arrest. All right. I'll be back. Well, I'm not going to be back. I'm just going to stay here with more news. I think I can do this for you. Oh, not like this. Give me a 1 if you like this. Give me a 1 if you like that. Or rather a 2 if you like that. Give me a 3 if you like that. So 1, 2, 3. What do you like better while you're watching me? 1, 2, 3. How you doing here, Art Bell? Archie Bell. I'm here with you too, brother. How you doing? This is the Doug Rice Show. Thank you, Art Bell. Thanks for being here. So thank you. I like 1, 2, Marcus. You're right. I like 1, 2. Thank you. I like 1, 2. Thanks. Now that settles it, because it frames it fairly nicely. I guess I can put this a little bit lower. I don't know. Or is the picture's big enough, right? How big should the picture be? Is this okay to fit the news in? Is that okay? I just want to help. You guys can help me design this, right? Because that's the way it's going to come in. So can you see? Is everything okay? Carissa likes 3. Everybody, you've been outvoted, Carissa. We don't vote, but I'm going to take 3. I've never even tried 3. 3 is odd to me. You like that? It almost makes me want to look up. You see that shit? I'm going to keep 1 because what it does is it spaces my now active URL quite nicely. See, it's right there under the Doug Rice, right? And if you go to DougRice.com, DougRice.com, and let me let you see that. If you go to DougRice.com right there, hopefully it'll be it'll already have transferred to take you to the Doug Rice Show. So go to DougRice.com and let me know. But I think they said it would take 24 hours, so don't. If it doesn't work, don't buy me flowers. Look at that. I like that. All right, so I think I'm going to keep it about that size, keep it in the corner for a little bit. Just ease your eyes. That's DougRice.com. There you go. And welcome to the Doug Rice Show. What else can we find out? Any other news? Why do we need a menthol ban? Why do we need a menthol ban? Because black people smoke cigarettes. That's why we need it. That's why we need a menthol ban. Wow. Oh, goodness gracious. You know, I am not one to simply say I'm not going to entertain, but why black Americans could stand in solidarity with the Palestinians, activist and scholar Niall Fort explains. Here's what he says. It's about defending, protecting, affirming the beauty and the humanity of Palestinian people and of all people. But the problem I'm having, young Mr. Niall, is that I just don't particularly like the Arab style. See, they like selling Negroes into slavery, and as a Negro, I find that quite unsavory. I'm not standing with the Palestinians, I'm not standing with the Israelis, I'm not standing with anybody that's not a Negro. Because I'm here for Negroes and Negroes only. So You'll never, ever have to be lonely. I'm just joking. I just threw that out there. Let's see what else we can find out. See what else it's about. He even did a video on that. And I do play videos. I do. Okay. Oh, I'm hearing some activity of you. Listen. Darn it. I thought I heard something. That's right. Marcus, say it for the cheap sheets. This is not our fight. We didn't cause this. No one asked us anything about Israel moving into the Palestine. No one. So, there we go. Thanks so much, Marcus. Not your fight. Back in a flash, folks. Gonna take a quick break. That's right, folks. Take it all in. Take it all in, folks. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Tim Scott's run for president was never real, and neither was he. Now, somebody told me this guy looked like Yuckmouth from... I don't think he does. He look like Yuckmouth to you? In fact, from the Cosby kids, does he look like Yuckmouth? Give me a 1 if he looks like Yuckmouth. Give me a 2 if he does not. Give me a 1 if he looks like Yuckmouth. Give me a 2 if he's somebody you would consider going out on a date with. Okay, he looks like I'm not. It's not body shaming. It's, I don't know. Good Lord. He traipsed that woman on the stage with him during his presidency, and that was the end of it. That took less than 24 hours. Do you understand that? It took them less than 24 hours to cancel Mr. Scott and his run for president. I doubt he'll even be reelected. And can I ask a question? Where'd the white girl go? She's gone. That white chick is gone like Donkey Kong. She's out of here like the atmosphere. She's done and she's on the run. She's through and... I'm sorry. Look at that. Don't do Yuckmouth like that. Wow, that's going up. Wow, and nobody even said 1. I'm sorry. I won't do it. I won't show you the picture I have now, Archie. I won't show you the picture. I got a picture. And he got him looking bad. Tim Scott. Just makes brothers sad. Most of Scott's political experience was ultimately centered on him being Republicans' black best friend. Goodbye, Senator Tim Scott. We barely knew you. No, literally, we don't know you. If the South Carolina Republican were walking down the street wearing a hoodie with words, "Hi, everyone, I'm Senator Tim Scott" on the front, I'd argue that still no one would know him. That's cold. That's pretty cold. And Republicans want it that way. On Fox News Sunday night in America with Tim Gowdy, the most racist white man that ever existed, has ever been here. The show watched only by Republicans. Scott announced Sunday that he is no longer running for president. "I'm looking forward to getting back on the campaign trail without question," Scott told Gowdy, a former U.S. representative from South Carolina. "But when I go back to Iowa, it will not be as a presidential candidate. I'm suspending my campaign." Well, of course you are. Of course you are. You better suspend your campaign. Now, if Tim Scott drops out of the presidential race, does it make a sound? Does anyone wonder why we learned of Scott's girlfriend right before he left the race? I mean, he literally introduced America to my Mindy Noyce, an interior designer and mother of three from Charleston, South Carolina, opening her up to scrutiny just before telling the waitress the whole of the presidential campaign, "I couldn't eat another bite." Wow. Well, that's it, folks, and good night. Goodness, boy. Well, if you gotta go, I guess you gotta go, huh, Tim? Right? I mean, if you gotta go. So you introduced your girlfriend to us all, and then you bounced. Wow. All right. Well, this just in. You know, I don't know what to make of these kids these days. I truly don't. What is going on? I think I made that better. What is going on here? Seriously. Can I put that in the center too? I think I can. Let me see. Wow. Look at me. Okay. Marlon Wayans went through a personal transition after his son came out as trans. Okay. The actor and comedian described 23-year-old Kai as the most well-read, smartest member of the family, hands down. Listen, man, listen, let me tell you something. It is the chemicals in the water, and it is. It's it. You know, this isn't what men do. Not the other nonsense. This is not what men do. You know, I grew up in an era now men are a shadow of their former self. Men don't do this. You know, my father was like James from Good Times. Okay. That's what you better understand. Look, man. Look. These kids, I have no idea. So, and to say that this child, this 23-year-old, how could he be the most well-read, smartest member of the fucking family? I'm sorry to curse, but how is that a thing? How's a 20? Let me tell you something. I got a 25-year-old daughter. She is not the most well-read, smartest person in the family. She's smart, she's well-read, but she's not. No, I am. Damn it. What? I ain't got no problem saying that. And you better say, what happened to men? What happened to us? I'm satisfied with only getting the big piece of chicken. I'm satisfied with getting the big piece of chicken. I'm satisfied people leave me alone, call me a grouchy old man. I'm satisfied with people doing that because now today's version of manhood is what? Grown-ass man telling you that his 23-year-old son, who is trans, is the most well-read and smartest member of the family, hands down. Well, that doesn't say much for the Wayans family. What? I heard they're tough and badasses. I'm not trying to get in their faces, dear God. But, you know, don't put it out there and then be bad if I say something, for God's sake, you know? There it is. I'm just going to keep going, too. Marlon Wayans is opening up about the personal transition he had to make after one of his sons came out as transgender. Yeah, he had to make a transition because we all know his opinion beforehand. But when it hits in your own family, I guess you get a different circumstance, you get a different attitude. I guess everything's marginalized and mitigated. Here's the only marginalization I'll make. The circumstances before I was awake is the only circumstances that I might take from someone other than myself. That's it. My practice and habits I'll put on the shelf. But in this respect, I mean, he was that person before he transitioned after his son came out. So he's no longer that person now. Interesting. Appearing on The Breakfast Club last week, the actor and comedian addressed his plans to a future stand-up special, which he considered the title Skittles, a Rainbow Child, which is inspired by his 23-year-old trans son, Kyle. I talk about the transition, not their transition, but my transition as a parent going from ignorance and denial to complete and unconditional love and acceptance. All right? Fine. I think there's a lot of parents out there that need to have the message. I know I'm dealing with it. It was a very painful situation for me. Look, folks, it should also be a very private situation, in my estimation. I mean, it should. I mean, if it's, here's the problem I'm having. You're a public person, right? And now if someone has something to say about your son and his transition and your transition, is that going to set you on a mission? I mean, here's the deal. Talked about what would happen if Will Smith would have smacked one of his brothers as he smacked, the gentleman on the Oscars, Chris Waller. And if you put it out there, I mean, I'll say something about, I don't know, Magic Johnson's kid if I want to. I'll say something about his kid, Now you try to be as delicate as possible, but that's not normal. Negroes aren't into that, and that's not a part of who we are. And the change that he went about was him leaning more and more into the world set to be destroyed by God Almighty. So I don't have anything to say that you might enjoy listening to, Mr. Waynes. I apologize. And I dare say, having a different attitude before you found out your son was trans, there are some fathers that don't accept whether or not having the attitude is there or not. They maintain the course. I've seen it. I've seen fathers kick their sons out for that nonsense. So, hey, I'm almost 60 years old, totally different breed. And that kind of garbage ain't what I need. So, somebody say, nobody needs any damn music now. What's happening there? Did you see that? Did you see that happen? I just saw that happen. Wow, that was interesting. I didn't ask for that. Okay, that was interesting. All right, so keep tuning in, folks. I'm going to be here a while. Be here for until I can't smile. I'm just joking. I'm going to be here for a minute. This is live cam over at Gaza. Take a listen. Makes me feel some kind of way. Yeah, I understand. The blacks are the great people and strong. There has never been the like, neither shall be anymore after it to use many generations, for every generations of Michael. Michael. How you doing? Michael. It's an interesting thing to bring to this soiree. We're watching you close, whatever you say, Mike. Don't be disrupted. All right. See you in a bit, folks. Well, looky there. You guys can see the twidware as I had them up there. Let me go center. Let me go to number 2, which is boom, like this. Bam. There you go. There we go, folks. Twidware. That's the sponsor. That is my also my representation, the manager, the agent, whatever you want to call it in any case. And we're going to keep Twid in Negro's face. That's what we're doing. Welcome. He's also a moderator. Do not. Need some theme music for intros and breaks. I have those. Do not make him mad because he's just Bucci. He's a moderator, but that's the sponsor, Twidware, and welcome aboard, sir. Outro music and intro music, I have it. I'm just not trying to use too many resources. Hold on. Welcome to the Negroes Show. That is the music that brings us back live. Thanks so much, folks. And there it is, see? There you go. Good suggestion. Thank you so much, Mr. Marcus. I appreciate that. It is now official. I have music, intro music. I just turn it up when I need to. And you got to do it manually, so you can't even use. Anyway, thanks so much. We are looking to live cam in Gaza. Alexa, what time is it in Gaza?
Sorry, I don't know that.
Alexa, what time is it in Israel?
In Israel, it's 3:06 a.m.
So she doesn't know what time it is in Gaza, but she knows what time it is in Israel. And that's very interesting. All right, well, thank you. All right. And I'm going to take a quick break. Pause for the cause, as it were. Find some more news to peruse, and I'll be back. You can count on that. We'll have a little more. All right, folks, be back in a minute. Okay, folks, let me go ahead and share this one. This one caught me by surprise. Let me get this as well. So we got Tyler Perry, who's saying openly that the most difficult part of his success wasn't battling Hollywood, it was battling Black people. So I don't understand this. Tyler Perry says most difficult part of his success wasn't battling Hollywood; it was Black people. His new video documentary, Maxine's Baby, the Tyler Perry story, the multi hyphenate response to backlash he's received from corners of the Black community. And Tyler Perry's incredible journey from childhood abuse and poverty, the billionaire entertainment mogul is brought to life by those closest to him in this new documentary. And well, let me say this about this. To me, that's just him placating to white society that he wants to read his story, because now that he's blamed his most difficult rise, his difficult task toward his ascension was Black people. We're the folks that gave him the most problems in becoming a billionaire. And if that ain't a dog whistle to whoever he's trying to appease, I don't know what to tell you. But most of these folks that are so in love with themselves right now, they've got their rewards just in due. So I just wanted to share that with you. Thank you so much. Hold on, folks. Let me take a break. All right, folks, we're back with another piece of news as we look to the Gaza skyline, and maybe something might occur, maybe something might not. But I've seen other YouTube channels do what I've got here, so I'm just gonna continue. White Christians deny racism. Survey uncovers divergent views on racism across American religious communities. Interesting. Look at this. So, as per the latest data released by the Pew Research Center, the unsettling truth of racism and discrimination becomes more pronounced when examining the attitudes and beliefs held by various religious groups. And they got the full story. I believe I can. I guess I can. Do I have to do this or scroll through it? Oh, yes. Well, I'm not going to scroll through it. We know the Pew Research people. I don't know about these Pew people. This is the second day that I've had the Pew Research Company come my way. I don't know what's going on. And that's kind of interesting. I'm going to do this, folks. I'm going to take a quick break, put on some weight, and eat some food that I can relate to. All right, I'll be right back. Just talk amongst yourselves, and I'll be back.
more for you.
All right, folks. Good evening. Good evening. This is the Doug Rice Show, 631. We're 2 hours, 30 minutes on the air, brought to you by Twitwear. Twid is the epitome of sports apparel and skincare. Twid gear, get it. But now, remember I kept telling you, we're in trouble. We are in trouble. And I believe when it happens, America will be able to see that they did not see that coming. Yeah, that's right. Nazis are prepared and excited for an opportunity to be Nazi as hard as possible. New fears over Trump's army of loyalists. Remember what I told you, that this vile, putrid piece of human waste is the reason they are all over the place. And they are going to bring back white nationalism to this country. They're going to have a Nazi party in the Americas. They're already discussing trying to eliminate. Giuliani has called on the elimination of the Republican Party. The Democratic Party. That would mean one party, Republican Nazi Party, led by the new Fuhrer, Donald Trump. As sure as I am sitting here discussing what would happen if Trump were to win the election, she said he's going to do everything he can to purge anybody who's professional staff, who's been there a long time, and worth vetting. What more? These folks are serious about being Nazis again. Nazis are prepared and excited for the opportunity to Nazi as hard as possible. You understand what we're facing in this land, Negroes? This isn't a safe circumstance. This isn't one where we even should take a chance. Not even a parting glance. Just get out of this land. That's all. Man, yeah, they're coming. They're coming for us, folks. Just remember, head on a swivel, folks. Head on a swivel. I'll be back with more news shortly. So just so you folks know, if you can hear, I'm sure you can, if you can hear the low buzzing sound, those are drones flying over Israel, keeping track of what they've got going on below. So when you see that, now we've also got some flares going on. So I made the picture a little bit bigger for you. Let's see if they've got anything interesting happening. Usually when you got flares going on, they're looking for something. So we will stick with it and see what we see. All right, here's an interesting little tidbit. It says that nuclear war in the United States would wipe out 90% of the population. They give a little graph, radiation exposure from a nuclear attack. I'm not trying to scare you, I'm just sharing. And it says about 300 million people in the United States would be put at risk of death from exposure to radiation fallout in the 4 days following a nuclear attack, according to a new report that models the possible effects of such a grim event. If life, yes, in the United States, fallout in a few days. And if the United States is attacked in a nuclear weapon, an adversary would most likely concentrate all fire on the country's intercontinental ballistic missiles launch facilities, the silos. Any retaliatory attacks from the U.S. would come from these silos located in Colorado, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, and Wyoming. And taking them out would be an enemy's first priority. My question is, shouldn't it be your first priority not to tell anybody about where the locations of the ICBMs are? But do what you do. That's amazing. All right. That's just that's an interesting one. I wanted to share that with you. Great. Doug Rice Show brought to you by Twidware. We're going to see how long this can go. We did 3 hours, and I want to see if maybe we see something. Who knows? A little bit of bombing, a little bit of rumbling there. I don't know if they may start some activity during the day, but we're going to keep our eye on this and see if we hear anything that might result in some activity. Thanks again for showing up. Remember to hit the notification bell, hit the like, the share, the subscribe button, and thanks for tuning in. So, as we listen to the drones drone on, this just in, Vatican reminds Catholics that Freemasonry is banned. They have to remind? There he is. Pope Francis leaves at the end of the weekly general audience in St. Peter's Square. And in 1738, Pope Clemente XII declared Freemasonry an excommunicable defense. The Catholic Church's position hasn't softened much since then. The Vatican this week confirmed its ban on Catholics becoming Freemasons, secretive and ritualistic society with an estimated 6 million members worldwide. Active membership in Freemasonry by a member of the faithful is forbidden because of the irreconcilability between Catholic doctrine and Freemasonry. The Vatican's doctrinal office wrote this in a Wednesday opinion that was signed by Pope Francis. Well, what are the chances? I don't know. Goodness gracious. On with the show. So, obviously, Freemasonry is not compatible with Catholicism. That's an interesting observation. I thought that was an interesting read. My goodness. Well, we'll see how it affects the Catholic Church, and I will be back shortly. Well, here you go, ladies and germs. Let's peruse this and see if we can use this. Far right website editor jailed for calling white master race. Look at this. This is the guy that's a part of the master race that he's calling right there. There he is. Look at him. Take it all in, folks. Now, I got a question, if you don't mind me asking. Maybe someone else can answer the question. But why must all of them shave their heads bald and take off all their facial hair? And why must Negroes, specifically those in the upper echelons of white society and their government and their controls and their institutions, why must most of them also shave off their hair and bald themselves facially and on the head? You know, master race, I mean, look at him. He looks sad. He looks like a sad specimen. Let's check him out. Man who called himself the Reverend and edited a far-right website has been jailed for stirring up racial hatred. James Costello posted stickers around Liverpool calling for the establishment of a white master race in 2021. Oh, he wanted a white master race in 2021. The stickers directed people to a white supremacist website in the hopes of recruiting more people to his cause. Well, I don't know about that. I mean, why is it? What are these folks? I mean, look, anybody so hell-bent on proving to others that they're superior has to be inferior. It's got to be inferior. They know they're inferior. They know it. They know it. They know it. And doing that is an approximate way of showing it. Now, Costello, 38-year-old dude, was also found to possess other racist material and recordings on his own website. He was trying to stir up racial hatred, show disharmony, and be a violent so-and-so, violent call to arms against Black and Jewish people. Notice he put Black people first. He put Black people first, so I appreciate that. Thank you. As part of the CPS used evidence to show, part of the case, the CPS used evidence to show his connection with other convicted terrorists, including National Action member Jack Renshaw, who was jailed for life in 2019 for planning to murder labor, exchange letters and postcards. So Costello from Kirby in Merseyside has been sentenced to 5 years in prison after being convicted of 18 counts of stirring up racial hatred in Liverpool. Well, I will tell you this, folks. That's one thing the Limeys may have gotten right. They will come to your house. They will come to your house if you stir up. I couldn't do this. I doubt that I could do this unfettered in Liverpool or England. I don't think that they would take kindly to this. Let me get the sound back up for you. So I don't think that those folks in Liverpool would take kindly to what I do here. I think I'd have gotten a visit. They are a bit restricted, especially if you talk about the small hats in any way, shape, or form. They will get convicted. So, all right, folks, let's. I'm still looking for news, and you know what? I don't necessarily have to leave you to look for news. I can just go mute. Another tidbit of information. Now, why the NAACP has now joined the mounting calls for an end to the violence in the Middle East. Why? You see, when they do that, what they're signaling is that black people are now getting involved, because for some reason this organization, not founded by black people, not founded by Negroes, don't know if you know that, is now chirping up about what should or should not happen in the Middle East. And I dare say that this brother don't speak for me, man. I don't know this dude. I don't know that dude right there. So, no, he speaks for himself and those a part of his organization, the NAACP, has joined growing calls for political leaders to demand an end to the violence in the Middle East as the Israeli-Hamas war rages in the Gaza Strip. Derek Johnson, president, CEO of the 114-year-old organization not founded by Negroes, said in a statement this week that the violence overseas has ripple effects across the entire world. We know that, Dave. We know that, and even if that is the case, sir, it still isn't any of our business. It really does. Whether it has rippling effects, whether it not has rippling, that doesn't. Listen, the world is what put us in this position, and the rippling effects that you're feeling, young David, are Negroes out of position. That's all. Just us being kind of, moved like pawns on a chessboard. And then you've got weaker pieces, actual pawns that are trying to, king themselves and all that shit, bring themselves out. Anyway. So let me see here. What else you got for me, D? We know that hate anywhere is a threat to safety everywhere. No, it's not. No, it's not. Who said that? Who said that hate everywhere hate anywhere is a threat to safety anywhere? That's not true. Because see, the safety that's anywhere can come and do away with the hate if the hate is anywhere, the safety that's everywhere can go do away with the hate anywhere it's at. So don't try to overpower the anywhere against the everywhere. The everywhere, it can overtake the anywhere anytime it needs to. So there. What do you want? All right, so, just give me a break. Black American has and will continue to stand in solidarity with... Hold it, bro! Hold it! I know that the people you talking to consider folks like me and the folks that listen to me as Black America. And might I say, I'm not saying this on behalf of Black America, but this section of Black America that I'm in right now, you don't speak for Black America, partner. Don't put it out there that Black America has and will continue to stand in solidarity. Don't say that. You don't know where I stand. You haven't called me and asked me a goddamn question to mouth off to white people and tell them that Black Americans will continue to stand in solidarity. Partner, you stand where you need to stand. You let other Negroes stand where they feel they need to stand. You hear me? I cannot believe that. That's a bit of a thing. I glitched out there. I had to because I saw it. That's just an interesting thing coming from. What else did he say? Wow. No. I'm just communities going and breeding innumerable laws. And right here in the United States, is that what I'm going to do? When did I say I was going to do all that? I never told anybody that I was going to stand in solidarity with communities anywhere. Because let me explain something to you while we're going there. These same communities are not standing in solidarity with the Black people. You need to stop. Stop it. Stop with the we are the world, everybody's the same till Black people start calling their name. Then suddenly, it's a different frame, a different cue. And it's different when it's about me and you. You understand this. It's true. I just can't imagine who this gentleman thinks he is. Since the initial October 7th attack on Israel that prompted Israel's declaration of war, more than 1.5 million residents in Gaza have been literally displaced. We know this. 11,002 have died. We know this. Is he still talking, or is he just No, he's not talking. All right. Well, again, here's where he stopped there at the United States. Good. Just want to make sure he stopped talking for me. That's out of line. That's out of line. We is a French word, son. It means yes, and I've said yes to nothing. So we don't know nothing. We don't know that hate anywhere is a threat to safety everywhere. It is not. We don't know that, so you know that. That's what you have surmised. And this whole Black America has and will continue to stand in. I wish he hadn't have made that statement. I really do. I really, really do. But he made it, and I reported it, and there it is, folks. Let's see how long I can keep up the jokes. This is the Doug Rice Show, brought to you by Twigware. My name is Doug Rice, and there it is right there. How you doing? I am here to ruin your sense of ease. I am here not to hellfire or appease your sense of safety, if you please. I am here to make you feel ill at ease. I don't want you comfortable, Negroes. I do not. Okay? Let me tell you what else I got. All right. How's everybody doing? This is the Doug Rice Show. I am Doug Rice. While I minimize the screen so you can know what I mean, I want to talk to you a little bit. Hopefully you can still hear what's going on there and shit. This thing that we're seeing, this thing in all its being, it's not going to reside. It's not going to subside. It's not going to be pushed. It's not going to be pushed to the side. They've made enough memories and enough resentment for Palestinians to carry on Hamas attacks ad infinitum, because they got it like that. There's enough of them. I think that Hamas is more a state of mind now, not just a group of people. I do. And what I'm looking at as they continue to kill more and more children, that is an anti-generational impact to the Arabs. And that's a fact. The reason it's an anti-generational impact is because the generation to resent that kind of activity from this nation won't be around. But you can believe the people that are left behind are going to make a pretty big sound, all right? Now, not going anywhere, and here's the reason it's there in the first place. It's there because of you and my Negro face. That's what this stems from. It stems from displacement. It stems from replacement. Refacement. Palestinians live in Palestine, which was formerly named Judea. The reason it was named Judea, there it is right there, Negroes occupied this land. Negroes. Hebrews, true Hebrews. And during Jesus' time, these Negroes were confronted with converts. And before that as well. These folks showed up and started making a heck of a noise. And those were the people that Yeshua was confronted with. Those were the Pharisees and the Sadducees. They didn't look like us. They couldn't have. Those folks came from up north. They were the European converts. Those were Khazarians. Before their conquest, some of them did their best to come below and trade and just emanate the Judaistic faith. And it really wasn't their place. Those are the folks that Yeshua had a quarrel with. And eventually he put him down. So that's where I'm at. I wanted to just pause for that because I wanted to make sure you understood that's where we are at. All right, back at it. And here we go. Let's see if I can do that again. I can? Hey, there you go. All right, folks. This is the Doug Rice Show. I've been on now for 3 hours, 7 minutes. That's longer than last time I was on. And I feel good. This is live from Gaza. And as things would work out, nothing much has happened, which is good. That's a good thing. You don't want people getting hurt. Would have been interesting to see something of some some import. But the moment that happens, I'm going to go back live again. I don't know what time. I don't care what time it is. I don't care if it's early in the morning. This is what you can expect from the Doug Rice Show from this point forward. As long as we can, we're going to bring to you the news that you can peruse. Right now, we're going to get ready to get out of here, but we're going to talk about our sponsor a little bit, Twidware. And naturally, we want to thank Twid for sponsoring this effort. We want to thank everybody else for being around. I love bringing his background up when there is sound. I like that, right? Check it out. And it looks cool, too. Look at that Twidware in the background, baby. While we're doing what we're doing. You can't beat that. That's quality. Oh, I'm at the bottom. Somebody voted for that. Hey, started from the bottom. Now I'm here. All right, this is Doug Rice. My name is Doug Rice. I'm with the Doug Rice Show. I am the Doug Rice Show, I guess, from Twidware, brought to you by Twidware. Listen, I know that I say it. I just say it. That's what I do. That's the point. You should too. All right, folks, we're out of here, and I do appreciate your time. I appreciate you listening to my rhyme, and we're going to see you again another time. All right, we're out. You guys have a good one. Oh, do me a favor. Keep the grin off your face. I got to protect the voice, you know? So I can't just keep, just chucking it through. You go. Y'all take it easy. Bye-bye.